I was a street kid. Before I was sleeping in the tunnels of the river. Life in street is very hard. First of all, there's lack of food. Yeah, lack of food, lack of basic needs mostly. Like even you lack clothes to wear. You just stay with one cloth. Then at night mostly the police come. Sometimes they beat you up. Sometimes you're beaten by other people. There's a lot of struggling there. There's even the use of drugs we're forced to use.
Hello, my name is Francis Ogoto Cheng, the Executive Director of Fikisha Kenya. Fikisha Kenya was started in the year 2005, led by a group of young leaders from Kawangware Lutheran Church. The main aim of this ministry was to reach out to the street kids in the slums of Kawangware. The main challenges that these street kids are going through, most of them you find they're into drugs because of some of the problems they're undergoing. These kids are going through so many difficulties. So that's why we came together as young youths from Kawangware Lutheran Church and we decided to start this ministry. The ministry has grown and we've seen a very big change. In 2009, we met Concordia University students who came to visit Kawangware slums. They felt the need that they saw all these street kids are going through, and we sat down and we thought that we can do more than this. That's when we decided to register as an organization and Fikisha Kenya was formed.
Life on the street is a little bit tough for them because we have kids on the street like from about maybe 7, 8 years, as young as 7 or 8 years. So when they're on the street, first of all, they don't have a family and they don't have somebody to take care of them. And life there is a little bit harsh. Sometimes at night, they're being attacked by the policemen once they're asleep because the community also doesn't want to see them on those particular locations because they believe that they make the street to be dangerous. So some other people, maybe some property owners within the community, they work together with the police to chase them away. So we have met a number of kids who maybe they were beaten by the police and maybe their arms were broken, maybe their legs were broken. And even at other stages, there have been kids who have been shot or maybe beaten by the police to death.
My life was at a place where we were not living kind of the life, yeah. In Kenya, they say living with $1 a day. So it was really hard making ends meet for my parent and all.
When I was in the street, I used only 3 drugs. The reason was mostly to keep myself high, to forget the stress that I'm having. Sometimes even was for when at night when it's too cold, you can't feel cold. Like when you're using glue, you can't feel any cold at night. Just feel like you're in a house, but you're outside in the tunnels.
So once they're at the program, we embrace them and we tell them that they are just normal people and there's a chance for them maybe they can change and they can have like a positive impact. Because when they're out there on the street, people tell them that there's a lot of people normally show them that there's nothing positive within them. So they think more on a negative basis concerning themselves. But when they come to the program, we embrace them and we tell them that they can have some positive influence even within the community. And even like within themselves, they can still change, and whichever good plans they had for themselves, they can still attain them. So this one makes them to feel comfortable and to feel good. And above all, it raises their self-esteem within themselves. So share with them about some other personal stories that we have undergone as human beings, because every human being has to undergo a certain challenge in life. So we share with them some real stories, maybe our backgrounds. Maybe if there were guys who are abusing drugs in one way or another, we share such stories with them. And then also we share with them about, during these particular situations, we are not able to overcome the situations by ourselves, but there's a power which is greater than us, which is God, which enables us to overcome them. So when we put the when you include God within the stories, it makes it easier. And they know that it's not we ourselves who are able to overcome the challenges, but it's through the help of God. When they feel the love and the encouragement, the first thing that normally happens is that they want to come back and start living the normal life. Because when they are on the streets, most of the time they don't even take bath. Like, they don't wash themselves, their clothes are dirty, they take a lot of drugs. But once they feel that they are loved, they start showing some changes of some sense of change. One of them normally is being clean, like they wash their clothes. And then instead of fighting and arguing all the time, they also stop that one. Then after that one, you can also talk with them, like you can have a good conversation with them, and they open up more. They tell you like, now they can tell you their real name, where their real family is, because now the level of trust has started like growing. So you can really start talking about like such like things, like maybe even where exactly their parents live.
I remember at times you were shown examples of people who have like gone through the program and have at least changed. You know, when I started with Fikisha, I usually came to the program that usually goes on the rehabilitation program. And when you see that kind of thing, and Fikisha want to take you to go and pursue your education, you really want to improve your life because you don't want to be at that point. And you also want to come and at least help the others who are there, yeah? You want to be a story by yourself. You want to also come and tell people your story so that you may encourage them and give them a change in your life. So the change that happened in my life and the people we interacted with, the boys, yeah, the mentors, different people who come, the partners from Fikisha, you really see the story of people and where they've come from. And that alone actually inspires someone, yeah? And at times they usually told us to really work hard, and because our lives depended on it.
If we get a scholarship and we see a potential boy or a girl that want to go back to school, we take him back to school because you know that education is the future and education is everything. So we just give them that lost opportunity that they lost, because most of them, they are willing to go back to school, but they don't get somebody who can take them back to school. That's why we give them that opportunity. And like each and every scholars that we have given out, it has been awesome and successful, because most of the boys have transformed. They have been out of drug and they have changed their life, and now they are good citizens and they are good people in the community. They have been challenged to grow intellectually and socially, to be successful in life. When you take a kid back to school, mostly when we take him to the street, we give him opportunity to go in a boarding school, which he'll get shelter and he'll get like 3 meals a day. And when he's in street, he doesn't have a shelter, anywhere to sleep, and food, it depends. Where maybe he can get like breakfast, or maybe get lunch, or maybe get supper, or maybe he can just sleep hungry. So when you give them that opportunity to go back to school, he's assured of everything.
The Fikisha team rescued me because I did not come from a well-off family. Yeah. So they helped me, they took me back to school. Then I continued, finished primary school, and also finished secondary school.
So one day I came here, I attended a service of the church. So I met some of my friends from US. The first person to meet was Adam Lee. I met him and then I talked to him. I was asked if I would like to go back to school. I accepted and I agreed. Then I met Sam and Alisa and the rest of the Fikisha. They really helped me a lot. They bought me clothes, things that I could not get in the street. So I was able even to stop using the drugs. So in Fikisha I started when I was class 4. Till now I've finished school.
with the grace of God, I would like to study, and when I study and get a good job, be somewhere, I want to come back and give back to the community which helped me. I want to be an influence to people positively, and I want to take part actively in the activities of helping people get through their things and taking someone from a certain part to another part. And I also want to be part of Fikisha and also help them through this in helping other people and reaching more lives.
Personally for me, when I'm not loved, I don't feel okay, and it really makes me to feel so bad. Like maybe if I'm closer to some other guys, and I know that these people doesn't love me, normally I don't feel okay, and it makes me so sad. And after working with the kids on the streets, I've realized that even for them, they really need love. And of course, everybody needs love. And by the time that you love a person, it really breaks them down, and it makes a really significant change. In fact, even by loving a person, it can make that person more powerful. Because for me personally, there are some other things that I cannot do them if I know that guys doesn't love me, guys doesn't trust me. But if you love me and you trust me, then I can be able to do that particular thing. And I've realized even with the boys on the streets and everybody else, people need to be loved, and not only to be taken as objects, but to be taken as like human beings.